Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, I wanted to share my current favorites with you all. It's been about 3 months since I posted my last one, and I'm gonna be honest, there's several that overlap, but I don't really see the point in leaving them out of this video because they're still my favorites. That being said, I still am really enjoying everything from my previous video, but I might have some that I'm reaching for more often right now, and I just feel like if it's still my favorite, I should still mention it because it's still pretty relevant in my makeup routine right now. So I'm just going to kind of share what my current favorites are with you and let them overlap if they do, but I will leave that video linked down below if you guys want to check out some other favorites of mine because I just rewatched that video and they're all still favorites. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one. I am loving this face palette from Ulta Beauty. This is their 3-in-1 cheek palette. It's in California Sunlight and I've been using it every day for the last 2 weeks. I put this in my Shop My Stash and I'm just reminded again as to why I love it so much. It is perfect for me. I really love it, especially the bronzer I think is my favorite, but I always love the way my cheek products look when I use all of them together. Because they're in the same palette and they're all a baked formula, I feel like they just kind of melt together on the skin, and so it just looks so effortless. And you don't really have to blend them very well either. You can do it very quickly and it's still gonna look great, especially when I dip into my blush. I don't mind kind of using a brush that's going to reach into the other two as well. I will just kind of swirl it all because I like that look of kind of mixing them all together as well. So I'll lean more towards the blush, but I will pick up a little bit of bronzer and highlight with that. And then I'll also use the bronzer and highlight too. So I think that this is just a really, really pretty trio. I like them all. I think that they just look so nice. They have a little bit of a sheen to them, but they don't really have any glitter in them. The highlight has the most glitter, but it's not glitter. It's just like the most reflective out of the three. But again, it doesn't have any chunks of glitter in it. It just is a nice like sheen. Perfect for summer, but I don't see myself not using this moving forward. I just really think that it's such a good summer product, but I'm gonna be using it still. I still really like it no matter what time of year, but I just think this is such a good trio from Ulta. I can't get over how good it is. But also from Ulta Beauty, I really love this lipstick still. I do think this is one I mentioned in my last favorites video. This is in the shade 332. I believe it's called Social Status. Such a good lipstick. I do have a little bit of it on, but I topped it with something else, so you're not really seeing like the true representation of this color on my lips right now, but I love this one. It's nice. It's like a cool tone nude, and I love it for every day. I think it's really pretty. It's not too purple, but it is a little bit more of like a mauve or a cool tone nude on me, so I really love that one. They're both just so good, especially because you can get Ulta Beauty on sale pretty much all the time. The lip product that you're seeing on my lips is this one from Bite Beauty. This is in the shade Kava. Again, such a favorite, always a favorite. If you can somehow still find it on sale, I really highly suggest picking it up. It's just such a pretty product. And if you already have it in your collection, this is your sign and your reminder to reach for it because it is just such a pretty product. I'm very excited for the other shades that I have in this though. I think I have Glacé and then one that starts with a T. I've forgotten the name, but I'm excited to reach for both of those in the fall because they're a little bit deeper of lip colors, and I really like to wear deeper lip colors in the fall and winter, so I'm very excited for that. Let's go ahead and talk about the other lip products. This is the one from Koki I've been enjoying. It's in the shade Hazelnut Cream. It is a cream lipstick. This is more of a warm tone nude on me. I really like this one as well, especially with the lip liner. It just is very nice. Really perfect for an everyday sort of neutral look. And I do enjoy the formula. It's not the highest quality formula I've ever felt, but I do think it's a very nice creamy lipstick. But I would not enjoy this in a deeper shade. I would just suggest picking up your nude kind of shade in that line because I think it would just kind of move around a little bit too much as a deeper shade. The last lip product is this one from Kopari. This is their lip glossy. It's in Watermelon, and I really like this one too. This is not really one that I can swatch for you because it is just mostly clear. It has like a slight pink tint to it, but I've really been enjoying this. It feels very nice on the lips. Very, very glossy, but it's not sticky at all. It's just a really nice gloss, and it does smell just like watermelon, which is very nice. Really been enjoying this. I found this at TJ Maxx. Next up is a product that I'm actually surprised I'm enjoying so much because I've kind of hated on this a little bit in the past. That just goes to show that sometimes your makeup preferences change. But this is the Wow Brow from e.l.f. I have mine in the shade Brunette, and I have been using this like almost every day. I have it in the brows today. I always have to use this and then fill in just the very front portion of the brow, but this has been perfect for every day during the week when I'm running late, because it's like inevitable that I feel like I'm always running late for work. So this is perfect for the brows because I just can't be bothered to take the time and like fill them in properly, I guess, because that's such an easy way to do it. But I'm really enjoying that product as well. My next favorite is this powder from RCMA. This is the original no color powder. I feel like I've been talking about this a lot lately, but I'm still reaching for it all of the time, and I'm just really enjoying it. I've been really into a matte face look, which is kind of what I have on today, which is pretty unusual for my typical behavior or typical preferences, especially over the course of the time that I've enjoyed using makeup, which is like over 10 years now. So for me to really enjoy matte makeup, especially for this long, is very surprising. But this powder has been my favorite product for a matte base look. Even if you use glowy products and then you just decide that you like the colors of them but you want it mattified, this is perfect for that. It's going to smooth out all of the skin, especially underneath the under eyes, but also just like all over your face. I really like this powder. I think I mentioned that one in the last video as well. This might be a little bit of a spoiler for my concealer ranking video, but I've really been enjoying this one from Myra Cosmetics. It wasn't number one. I don't know, you'll have to go watch that video, but this is the Pure 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealer. I have this in the shade LN2. I really like this, and when I don't use it, I kind of want to reach for it. So that kind of tells me that it's my current favorite because it's the only one I'm really dying to reach for right now. So I really like this one. I love the kind of like paddled doe foot on it. I think it's really nice. It's a creamy formula. It blends in nicely and it wears for a long time. So I really enjoy this one. But I must say I do miss the idea of the packaging where you can kind of click the button and open it that way. I guess they're no longer making it like that. So mine is just a regular twist up. So I do kind of miss that because I wanted it when I purchased this, but I love it nonetheless. Another product from Koki that I've been really enjoying is this Skin Perfect HD foundation. I am really loving this. It's like a nice your skin but better sort of a look. It has medium coverage, which is my preference, but it also just looks kind of satin on the skin. Like it's not overly glowy, but it's also not a mattifying foundation. This is probably my perfect foundation type just because you can really customize it with your primers or your powders or setting sprays. You can add coverage or you can use it really lightly for less coverage. So I really enjoyed this. I love the glass bottle. It's very affordable. All around, really enjoying this foundation. And I have this one in the shade 10C. This is a pretty good shade match for me as well. This is another product that really stands out to me as a favorite right now. This is the Alma Beauty, everything's called Say What, I feel like with them. But this is the Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick in White Pearl. It's the lightest one that they offer. One side is a highlight, which I do like, but my favorite part of this is the contour. So this is the cream contour, and I'm really, really enjoying this. It's like a perfect tone for my skin, but it's so creamy. It blends in like butter, and I love it so much for that. I really do enjoy the highlight side as well, but it's not as, I guess, like show-stopping as the contour. I really love the contour side. So I feel like I would use that up a lot faster than the highlight side, but I've been using this a lot, and this is all the way twisted down. So I still haven't even kind of flattened out the product here, which just tells me I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it. I will say though, this product retails for $40. Do not pay $40 for it. Keep an eye on the website. I'm talking watch it like a hawk, check it every day, just make it part of your routine. If you have some downtime, if you're waiting on your food to heat up in the microwave, or if you're cooking, your skincare routine, brushing your teeth, like at some point in the day, just check the website because this will go on sale for $15. Just randomly, it doesn't have to be for a holiday or anything like that. It regularly goes on sale for $15 and it's so worth that price, but it's, in my opinion, not worth the $40 price tag, especially knowing that they put it on sale so often. So when I decided that I wanted this, that's what I did because I had seen it go on sale before. So I just watched it, and then about 6 or 7 days in for me kind of watching it like a hawk, it did go on sale for $15, and at that price point I do suggest it. I just wanted to put that in this video that I really don't recommend it for $40. So just keep that in mind, but it's so good. And they have like 6 different duos, I think. So no matter what your skin tone is or what kind of undertones or anything that you like, there's probably an option for you because they do have 6 of them, which I feel like is pretty good for that kind of a product. A high-end product that does not go on sale very often. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I really like this, you guys. I am dreading when I use it up, but I do think I will repurchase it. And for me, it does help my makeup stay. I will say that. I love that packaging actually. It's like a very thick plastic, which I really do like this packaging a lot. The sprayer is really nice on the nozzle, but my favorite thing about this product is the scent. I just cannot figure out what it smells like, but I want a perfume that smells like this. I have migraines that are triggered by fragrances, so I cannot wear a lot of fragrances, but every time I spray this perfume, I just love the way that it smells. It never gives me a headache, and I really wish that I knew like what it is. Can I find a perfume that smells like this? Because I want to wear it every single day. It smells that good to me. I just really love it. It smells so fresh and just nice. I don't know. I think it reminds me of something from my childhood that I can't put a finger on, but I'm telling you guys, it smells so good. But on top of that, it's just like the experience of using it. I feel like that's how it is with all Charlotte Tilbury products, but I just love this one. It does help my makeup stay as well. My kind of Saturday routine, if you will, we do markets. We have an earring business, so if you guys want to check out, it's called Shop MKT. I always have it linked in the description box. I always have a coupon code for you guys too if you want to save some money, but we just released our fall collection, so that's on the Etsy shop right now. But every Saturday pretty much we have markets, and this is part of my market routine for really hot days, spending them outside for like 8 or 9 hours at a time. So this really does kind of hold up with heat and sweat and all of that, especially it's really humid where I live, so it's been really hot and humid, and this really does the trick, along with the Hourglass primer that I use with it as well. So this is just a really good staple product for me to have, especially for Saturdays, but I really love this. I also really like to kind of mix this in with my Ben Nye Final Seal because that one is no joke and it will really lock your makeup in. So I like to use both of them, especially for markets. Okay, I feel like the most fun category is eyeshadow, so let's go ahead and chat. I have got 4 eyeshadows to share with you. The first one is a little bit surprising, but I did have this in my Shop My Stash, and I'm really enjoying it right now. This is the BH Cosmetics Totally Plastic Palette with Iggy Azalea. It's the pink one, and I really like this, you guys. I feel like it's a little bit unassuming, but I do have a video with it where I shared kind of my all-around thoughts on it and a tutorial, but I've really been enjoying this, and I think that I love it so much because it does have a lot of options. You can come up with something very neutral if you just want kind of a one wash color all over the lid, and then you could put one of these shimmers in the inner corner. This one is really buildable as well for the lid, and it's very dimensional, so I really actually do like the 3 shimmers that they have in this palette. I mentioned in my review video that for me, one of these 2 shades could have been replaced with a 4th shimmer, but the shimmers in here are really nice. This one gets very foiled, especially with the NYX glitter glue. This one's a little bit more piecey and like toppery, but it's really fun in the inner corner. And then this pink one can be either a topper or built up, or it can really transform this kind of golden shade if you put this on top of it. So I really like the shimmers that are in here, but I also really like the mattes, especially this matte here on the bottom right. And I also really like this one. Now this pink one up here does have a little bit of glitter in it. I don't think they have names, so I'm just having to point. It does have a little bit of glitter in it, but it doesn't really show up as much as like ColourPop ones like that. But I've really been enjoying this palette on its own, but I've also been mixing it in with another favorite. This is the Myra Chasing Eternity Celestial Series palette. This one I added in my Shop My Stash as well. I won this in a giveaway from the brand that they had on Instagram. So first things first, I will say, I hate the bulkiness of this packaging. I just think it's so unnecessary. I don't like that, but I do really like the actual palette. I wanted to give it a shot because I feel like I hadn't used it in a while, but I really, really like the formula of this, and I really enjoyed using this palette along with the BH one because you could really kind of mix 2 different sort of tones together. While the BH one does have that kind of gold shade in it, which is pretty similar to the one here, it also has a lot of differences, of course. So this was a lot of fun to mix the 2 of these together over the last couple of weeks. But just in general, I've really enjoyed this Myra one too by itself. I use this one more than the BH one just because it's a little bit more neutral. But the shade here is very kind of toppery and really pretty as well. Very reminiscent of the next palette I'm going to share. But they have a ton of really pretty colors, and this color here called Eternity was my favorite to put on the lid because it looks a little bit more cool tone, but when you put it on, it's just like very neutral and really dimensional and just so pretty all over the lid. So I've really been enjoying this palette. The shades are just so pretty in here as well. So I've really been liking both of those palettes from my Shop My Stash, which is really nice to have a good rotation of palettes. But the palette I was hinting at that shimmer shade was kind of reminiscent of is the new palette from Kathleen Lights. This is the Il Makiage and Kathleen Lights Disco Fox palette. I feel like there's been a lot of controversy about this launch and about this palette in general, specifically with the price point and just the way the brand kind of handled things with launch. But all of those things aside, I really have been enjoying this palette. It's what I have on the eyes today. Just such a good neutral palette. I only have these two shades on. I have a very simple look. I put this matte shade here all over the lid and the crease and everything, and then I put this shimmer shade in the inner corner. So I am really enjoying reaching for this when I want just like a very simple eye look. I really do like the sparkles in this palette, I'm not gonna lie. I think that it is honestly a really good color story for my everyday sort of makeup. So I did want to mention it in this video that I am honestly really enjoying it. So that is the third palette, and then the fourth one is more colorful, but it's still like a warm neutrally kind of palette, but it's a lot more bold neutrals. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I really do like this palette. This is the Cartagena palette from Nomadic Cosmetics. I'm so glad that I picked this one up, you guys. And I think the reason it's really in this video is because it was so surprising to me, like how much I liked this. This is an older palette from their brand, but I recently picked it up and I am obsessed with it. I specifically love the more neutral leaning tones, which is why I'm so excited for them to come out with a neutral palette. I really, really hope that when they're saying neutral, it's like truly neutral. But I love the two matte shades right here. They are just so buttery and so creamy. Literally every time I swatch them, I'm so surprised and impressed. I also love the shade here. And then of course their shimmer shades are incredible. I also have a video on this palette that I'll have linked for you guys, but here's those matte shades, and then I will swatch some of the shimmers for you as well. I will say I don't love this one right here just for my preferences, but I've been really enjoying kind of their more neutrally sort of like easy to wear shimmers, I guess. But I'm telling you guys, like, I need more indie brands to come out with neutral palettes because I want their amazing, incredible formulas in a palette that I can wear every single day, especially to work. I did see a new indie palette that Alma Beauty mentioned, and it was like an indie brand that came out, the neutral palette. Definitely am interested in that one, which, by the way, I did want to mention that my current favorite channel right now has been Alma Beauty. She's been like my newest found channel. I've seen a couple of her videos before, but recently I've just been so obsessed with her channel. I've been watching a ton of older uploads from her, and I've been realizing that my eyeshadow style has been very reminiscent of hers, and I've really been enjoying it. I don't have it on today, but what I've noticed when I'm doing my makeup lately is that I've really been enjoying to bring a shimmer right here into the inner part. So where my crease is, where my lid starts, I'm actually bringing it in farther so you can actually see it when you look at it. I'm kind of thinking about doing a tutorial on that soon of like my current favorite makeup look, so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about with that. But I feel like Lauren also does that kind of an eyeshadow look where she has more neutrals, but they're very like texturized neutrals with the shimmers and everything. So I think that our makeup styles are very similar right now, and I've been really enjoying her channel. So I'm gonna have her channel linked down below for you guys as a favorite, because on top of my all-time favorite channels that I feel like I talk about all the time, hers has been just my newest found favorite channel. So I wanted to make sure to mention her. I think that's all of the products I wanted to mention, but I did want to chat about a few makeup brushes for a second. So some of my favorites have been this one from Kala. I also, just so you know, I don't try a lot of new brushes. So these are ones that have been in my collection, but these are just the ones that I use every single day. This is the Kala brush. It is the V Contouring 755 brush. I love it so much for cream contour. I use it every single time I use a cream contour. especially with my Alma Beauty one. I love this combo so much. But I got this for $1, maybe $1 and some change off of Shop Miss A's website the last time I ordered from there. Such a favorite. I really cannot go without it. Also, if you're ordering from Shop Miss A, they do every now and then have a $1 shipping day. I'm currently waiting for that day to come back up to stock up on my sponges. I actually ran out of sponges, and so I stole a couple from my mother-in-law because I buy them for her too. You can buy them in a 6-pack for like $8.50. So when they have their $1 shipping day, I would suggest picking up their Paw Paw sponges and that Calo brush. It's so good. Then I also have been still really loving my Real Techniques setting brush. This is so good for highlight. You can also use it to set underneath the eyes. If you're gonna do that, I would try and pick up 2 different colors. I do have another color of this one. So if I were to do that, I would try and just use maybe this one for highlight and then this one for setting powder, so you don't end up putting highlight underneath your eyes. For me, at least, it's not the look I'm going for, but I do like that brush, especially for highlight. I'm still loving this precision powder brush from Nabla. I think this is the most expensive brush I've ever ordered because I bought this one and it was the only thing I bought. I had to pay shipping, which was super expensive, but I really love this brush. So I'm really glad that I picked it up. It's held up very well and I still really love it. All of my brushes are dirty, so you're gonna see how much I use them. The last single brush, this is the blush brush from Myra Beauty. I actually really like this brush a lot and I really love the bristles. I don't like the handle so much because it's very lightweight, slightly cheap feeling. It feels like it's put together nicely. It just is very lightweight and I wish it had a slight bit more weight to it. That didn't make sense. I wish it had a little bit more weight to it just to feel a little bit better in the hand because right now it's like very top heavy, but I really like this brush nonetheless. It's really perfect for blush. It's very soft and I really like it a lot. And then I wanted to just shout out these brushes again. I'm thinking about posting a separate video about this brand and their brushes in general and my experience with them, but specifically I am still loving my KJH and Spectrum brushes. These are absolutely disgustingly dirty, especially this bronzer one. I use it every single day for powder bronzer. I also use this powder brush almost every day, if not every day. And then of course I'm always using the eye brushes, so these are just 3 random ones, but I love these brushes so much. I do have a discount code with them. It is affiliated, so just so that you guys know that, I do have a code for you to get. I think it's 15% off your entire order. So if you're interested in these brushes, I'm telling you guys, they're so good. But if you don't want to use my code, I totally understand. I think there's several other people that have them, so definitely would suggest them. I have 2 videos specifically about this collection, but I use them constantly in my videos. And this is probably, I think, the best, this is the best makeup brush set I personally have ever picked up. They have held up so nicely for me and I really, really love them. I think the quality is there and I definitely can tell that a lot of thought went into them because there's just a shape for everything. When I'm trying to do a very unique look, if I need a weird brush, I hate to use that word, but like if I need like a very unique, different brush that I don't usually think I would have, I probably have it in that collection. They have very unique shapes and just everything, it just feels like it's so well thought out. So I definitely suggest that makeup kit. They have several different like sizes of them. They have the full kit, like a half kit basically, and then the eye kit. I personally feel like the full kit is the best value, but that's just me. But I really love them. I did pay for them myself, but I do now have an affiliate code. I got that about a year after purchasing them. So yeah, I don't have to say anything good about them either. It's just totally separate. So just wanted to throw those in there though, but I really do love those as well as the other 4 brushes or so that I mentioned. So I think those are all of my current favorites that I wanted to share with you guys. Hope I'm not forgetting anything, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!